Hey everyone, what is going on? It is Colin C back from the Crypto Boys, and today I'm just going to go over why I think the market's down, why I think Bitcoin's crashing just a little bit, and why I think the whole really crypto market as a whole is down. Here's my take on it. I just kind of want to get into it. All right, guys, so stick around. I hope you guys like this video. I don't want to waste any of your guys' time today because honestly, I don't have a lot of time because I wasn't going to do this video, but I got a bunch of texts about why is the market down, Colin? What's going on? This big Bitcoin conference is coming up. Well, let's just go through coin market cap, see what's happening. We can chat about it, and I'll give you my opinion on it. We're just above 2 trillion right now, which is, if we go below that, could be a little bit lower than I'd like to go. Bitcoin going down to about the 40, look like the 44K mark right now. Could even go below. You never know, because really that 44.5 mark was a pretty big, turned it into support, but a pretty big resistance there for a while. So don't love to see that. And honestly, this is what markets do. They go up and down, especially the crypto market. Pretty much all of it down. Even altcoins getting really beat down. This is typically when you guys want to buy, though. I mean, this is when, if I were buying anything, this would be the time that I would be DCAing, or at least picking up some small chunks here and there, because you never know what's going to happen with the conference going on. It's not a bad idea to just take some off the table just a little bit, especially on a red day like this. You never know what's going to happen. But you see Ethereum Classic even down 20%, Algorand down 16%, VeChain down another 17%. I wish I would have some money left to buy some of that. That's a dang good price there. You've got X Infinity down a bunch. I mean, really everything is completely red today. So it goes with the territory. But to kind of get into what I think's going on, and like as I already stated before, we have that Bitcoin conference coming up in Miami, right? So last year it happened in June, and I was kind of looking at this actually yesterday, just kind of on my own time. This is last year's Bitcoin conference. It was the 4th through like the 7th, I want to say, and you can see on the 4th, June 4th, right here of 2021. I mean, was all the way. The market was all the way at what, 39, almost 40,000, and it wicked all the way down to about 31K. That's during the conference. And then look at this big green candle. It rode back up to almost exactly where it was before, about 39K, kind of traded sideways for a little bit, another pump above, and then we got above 40K. Now, obviously, you had this big rundown a few days after, about a week after. But if you guys even scroll forward here, and this is kind of something and this is just a daily chart. Something I wanted to scroll forward to is here in July. You can see obviously July in 2021, just about a month after that Bitcoin conference happened. You can see that massive run up with El Salvador coming out. The huge news of a bunch more micro strategy buying came out, which is something I'm going to get into later. And if you look at it similar to today, really this part was set for a pretty good resistance. So when we start going below, and we are below that 44.5 mark, that's where it's like, well, when are we going to stop? Where are we going to find kind of that new support? I'm kind of looking at 42.3. If we go past 42.3, that's kind of where are we at here? Yeah, about 43.3. About 43.3 would be my next. For me, what I'm looking at next, if we can go through that, you can see this big green candle that we ran up on about that 43.3 mark before, to get us above that, really that 44.5 mark. So we are below it right now. That doesn't mean we won't end above it by the end of the day. But again, this same price action, guys, pretty much happened last year as well, as I just showed you. So you're going to see this kind of stuff when you have big news and traders getting a little fearful. You can see all of the support or resistance we've had here over the last, pretty long time. So you guys can look back all the way back even to February and January. We had some of that same price action. Look at this, some of the same price action here at the 44.5 here. So we've got a lot of it. It's history repeating itself, and that's kind of what I'm looking at right there as far as the chart goes. Little extremely easy TA. It's not all doom and gloom. I think, yes, some of the traders are probably going to be selling off because they don't know what's going to happen with the Bitcoin conference. You don't know. You got the Fed minutes, which I'll jump into really quick. The Fed minutes are coming out as well today, which doesn't really mean anything. You got to remember, this already happened a month ago. This Fed meeting already happened a month ago. It's just the minutes coming out. The interest rates and home mortgages and all that stuff are going up, and the Fed has got to figure out a way to start paying off this $1 trillion, and trillions were in debt. So they're trying to do that, and really the official minutes are going to be released today. So anytime you hear Powell's name, just think the market's probably going down before they release anything, and then afterwards typically it just calms down, right? Typically it chills out. It really wasn't that big of a deal. We already knew this was happening. Most of this stuff is already pumped into the market. It's no reason to go crazy or even even really worry about it. It is what it is. Markets go up and down. That's literally what they do. It's funny. I saw somebody that was in a comment section last night or the night before, I can't remember, and they were like, "Well, what's going to happen with the market? What's?" And then they're freaking out about questioning because I'm assuming they bought some sketchy ass project that they FOMO'd into, and now it's way down, or they're scared it's going to go way down. And the most simple comment on there had like 120 likes on it, which was a lot for this person's channel, and it said, "Well, it's either your project's going to go up or it's going to go down." I just thought it was so funny because I'm like, that is so true. It's like, just shut up, dude. It's either your project's going to go up or down. Why'd you buy it? Did you buy it because you really like the project, you like the technology, you like the team behind it? Or did you buy some sketchy project because your cousin Bob told you, hey, this is going to the moon. You're going to make so much money. Look at it. It's already running up. If you're already looking at it and it's already running up, it's too late there, cousin. It's too late, buddy. Not going to happen. So anyways, that's my take on that, on kind of the downside of things. If you guys have more and something I may be missing, that's great. Throw it in the comments below. I'd love to chat about it. But I do want to get into some good news too, because there is some good news. Luna is buying up everything. I'm starting to think they're going to buy all my Bitcoin, not MicroStrategy, but they're buying too. So the Luna Foundation Guard adds nearly 230 million to its Bitcoin stack. I mean, that is just crazy. That's pretty awesome. Luna Foundation Guard, over 5,000 Bitcoins, boosting its stash to 35,000, 1.6 billion. They want to get up to like 10 billion. MicroStrategy is over 6 billion right now, to eventually build to a 10 billion Bitcoin base. All you guys already know this, but it's pretty cool to see they are just DCAing in. They're picking up here, they're picking up there. They don't really care. They just want more Bitcoin. That is as bullish can be. Next up, I want to just switch over to actually, we'll keep it on here because I do want to talk just really quick about MicroStrategy. And MicroStrategy yesterday, and I'm not even going to bring up the article because we talked about it in our live, MicroStrategy picked up like 180 more million of Bitcoin. So that's over 400 million of Bitcoin being bought in the last 24 hours, less than 24 hours. That's some pretty bullish news. Remember, you guys have to know that with these huge mass adoptions, with these huge companies, these countries, it's never going to go way down. It's never going to go to zero. That's not going to happen. These countries, these heads of companies that we'll never ever even understand about how high they are up and the news they get, they're not going to be buying something worth billions of dollars if it's going to go to zero. If they don't have back insider information, do you really think they're going to be doing all this? How do you think these hedge funds and all these people make all this money? They have information that is not available to you and I, and who knows who's buying on the blind side. Not everybody's just showing what they're buying, and there's ways to get around that as well. So you got to remember, buying is happening like crazy. Mass adoption is happening like crazy. This is what markets do. Traders go up, trading goes down. This is what they do. And I can tell you right now, holding it and staying calm and just DCAing in on a great opportunity like today, where everything's down even more than 10%. This is a great time to be able to buy and just start adding a little bit to your bags. Not financial advice, but that's what Joe and I are doing. All right, so a couple other things I just want to jump into just really quick. We touched on this yesterday, and honestly, I thought we found kind of a gem, and we did. Alex Thorn, basically what he did was he's saying, as shown in the graph below, the Bitcoin mean transaction fee has plummeted to about $2.06 a Bitcoin, while the median is 59 cents, which is the lowest it's been in any year except 2011. Holy crap, that's low. Basically what happens is this SegWit adoption means that they're stuffing more transactions into the block in a shorter amount of space and a short amount of time frame, so then they can get basically a reduced rate on their transactions. And that's basically what SegWit is. You can go look that up. I'll put something down below. So it's a little bit complicated, and really you don't even know what it is. You just need to know that it makes the fees go down is pretty much all you need to know. And you can see this kind of SegWit adoption here on Bitcoin, this chart. But the one thing I wanted to read that I really got out of this chart is right here, right in the middle. I'm going to highlight it. is the number one reason I believe fees are low is we had a 50% collapse in price in May, which absolutely decimated retail interest. That is the key. The bottom line is for this to go parabolic again, for us to get above 68K again, we're going to have retailers come in. And when retail investors see a 50% drop, now, like you and I, we're used to this kind of stuff. I hate to say it, and it just kind of is what it is. That's no big deal. We're just buying more. Retail investors, they run for the damn hills. They're gone. That's why they lose money, and that's why we take their money. I hate to say it, but it's true. That's why Michael Saylor's so dang rich, because he's taking all those people's money, because they're like, hey, if you're not willing to hold, then you don't deserve to be in this market 4 years. If you're not in the market for a minimum 4 years, I really don't even want to hear your complaining or even talk to you, because you don't know anything about it. There's so much to learn. It is impossible to think that you can learn everything in such a short amount of time. You're just going to get your money taken. It's going to go down 50%. You're going to sell. I'm going to probably buy as much as I can of whatever you just sold, and I'm going to make a ton of money on it. And that's basically what most crypto people are doing. But the retail investors, they don't see that. They see a big dip. They take their 20% loss because they thought they were going to 10x their money in 9 days, and it didn't happen. So again, until we have that kind of FOMO coming in, you're just not going to see this extremely huge run up on trading and mass adoption, and us just taking off a little more and more and more. Because most people who are in crypto, they have some sitting in Tether and some sitting in the USDT and some sitting in the stable coins, whatever. But mostly they're already in. They're already bought in. They're DCAing. They're smart with their money. They know what's going to happen, and they're not really taking much out. Especially right now, they're waiting for the bigger run up. So that's just my thought on it. One more thing I did want to get into that I think is interesting that you guys would like to look at is this Axie Infinity creator raises $150 million led by Binance to reimburse stolen funds. I do like this, and I love how, in the DeFi system where everybody was, crapping on them, but they're getting ready. Axie's going after it. They're trying to get as much money as they can. This is obviously led by Binance. The fundraisers aim to reimburse lost funds for the recent exploit of Axie Infinity's Ronin bridge, results in loss over $600 million. We obviously all know that. But they're trying to make it right. As you guys can see, they're trying to make it right. And actually, a new Netflix documentary just came out, and I haven't seen it yet, so don't spoil it for me. That, back in the day when they stole it and they had these big hacks and all this stuff, and 200 million or whatever was gone, you're never going to get that back, right? Nowadays, you're going to probably, not only are you going to get it back, but these companies and these exchanges and things like that and these gaming systems and whatever, they have things in place to where that's probably not going to happen anymore. And they're going to shut down that wall. Like that 600 million, it's never going to be spent. They're screwed. They send it to central exchanges. What a bunch of idiots, you idiot. Okay, that was mean, but it's true. All right. Anyways, guys, I just wanted to get on here. I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about what I thought was going on in the market. I thought it was very important time because I had a bunch of texts. I'm like, hey, let's shoot a video on it. I got 10 or 15 minutes. Let's roll. All right, guys, if you would like the video, that would be awesome. If you would subscribe to the channel, that would be double awesome. If you don't like us, that's cool. Come back, check it out. At least get some crypto news. If you would subscribe, please subscribe. We like subscriptions. No big deal. Either way, we appreciate you guys rocking with the fittest crypto channel on YouTube, and I'm out.